Hi, this is Brandon Epstein from RevealYourPotential.com. Today I'm going to share with you the morning routine. This routine will help you function homeostatically, help balance your polarities, and will also get rid of any psychological reversal. So, to begin, we're going to go ahead and do the 4 thumps. The 4 thumps focus in on 4 different points, 4 different lymphatic points and end meridian points, which will help clear them out and allow your energy to flow freely. So, starting with the stomach point. This is the end point for the meridian in the stomach, and it's going to be located below your eyes, and feel for a divot just below your eyes in the bone, and you'll feel that divot. What you want to do is just go ahead and tap that. And we're going to go ahead and continue to tap that for about 30 seconds. Nice and light, but with intent. I'm not going to do it for the full 30 seconds, but you can at home. So go ahead and pause this so you can finish up. After that, we have the thymus thump, where we're going to focus in just above the chest plate up here. We have our center of our chest here, and what you're going to do is form your fingers, about 4 fingers together, so you can get a nice thump, and go ahead and tap on there with a decent amount of pressure for, again, about 30 seconds. This is just above your chest plate on your sternum. So, after you finish that up, again, do it for 30 seconds. We're going to move on to the K27 point. This is located on your collarbone. What you want to do is find, there's going to be 2 divots in the bone, in the collarbone, and you want to go just below those divots, and just below those divots there's going to be the K27 points, and you can go ahead and take your fingers, cross them, and with 2 fingers in each hand, go ahead and tap that out for 30 seconds. So after you finish that up, we're going to move on to spleen points. Spleen points are located just to the side of your nipples, over the side of your chest. It'll be located in between where your chest begins and your ribs are. Feel for a little tender point. It should be, if you rub it a little bit, it'll be a little tender. So when you find that, go ahead and tap that on each side for 30 seconds. And the other one should be a little tender. Go ahead and tap that for 30 seconds. And finish that up, and those are the 4 thumps. So after you finish this up, we'll move on to the Wayne Cook position. I'm going to adjust the camera really quick so you can see my legs. The Wayne Cook position is used also to establish homeostatic rhythm. And what you do is you're going to start out by putting your right ankle on your left knee and putting your left hand on your right ankle, right hand on the bottom of your K1 point, which is on the ball of your foot. So go ahead and put your palm right there. And we're going to sit up straight and take deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and kind of look through your peripherals on an upward angle. And you're going to go ahead and do this for about 30 seconds so with each leg. So to see my eyes, you can see them kind of looking up off in the distance, but looking through my peripherals. Breathing through the deep lower belly breaths. And then moving on to the other leg, same thing. I'm not going to do it for the full 30 seconds. But you get the concept. Moving on. The next part of the morning routine is separating heaven and earth. So this is going to help a lot with integrating energy into your body and also recharging you. Great morning routine. It's like a part of the morning routine, which is almost like a cup of coffee. Will help energize you a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out by rubbing your hands together, and then you're going to take your left hand, you're going to point it towards the earth, and your right hand and point it towards the heavens, and you're going to bend your knees slightly, and you're going to pull energy from the heaven and earth while you're breathing in, and then bring your arm back over towards the middle of your chest, rubbing together, and we're going to do the same thing, pull energy from the other side. And bring it back around. And we're going to go ahead and go back and forth like this. Pulling in, breathing out as we're circulating back, pulling in, breathing out as we circulate back. Do that for about 30 seconds. And then what we're going to do is draw some figure eights as you kind of hang down, let your body hang down, and imagine creating figure eights below you and see them outlined, and do that for about 15 seconds or so. And then what you want to do is imagine gold energy just on the earth, and I want you to watch it, and I want you to kind of bring it into you, bring it in through your central and governing meridian. So imagine bringing it in from your front and back all the way up to the top of your head, starting at your waist, and bring it all the way up into you until you reach, you're standing completely straight up and down again. Breathe all that positive energy in. And that will do it for the separating heaven and earth. After this, we're going to do what we call we're going to skip forward to the cross crawl. This is going to help a lot with integration and also coordination, balance, as well as in a lot of other positive benefits you're going to get from it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your right wrist and you're going to put it to your left knee, and then your left wrist to your right knee, and we're just going to create figure eights. Move this down for you. Create figure eights with their hands going back and forth from wrist to knee. So we're going to do that for about 30 seconds, and then we can move on. Alright, so moving forward, we now have the crown pole, which is great for helping with cognitive function, helps get rid of headaches, has a lot of positive benefits. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fingers and we're going to put them together like so, and we're going to start right above the eyebrows, and we're going to almost be pulling on the skin and pulling it back behind the ears. And we're going to be moving our way up. So moving up the forehead and back behind the ears. Moving up the head and pulling it back behind the ears. It should feel really good. So we're going to continue this nice and slow. Probably even slower than I'm doing right now, but I'm just doing it for the sake of this video. And we're going to move all the way down until we get to the traps. So that's the crown pole. After that, we're going to target all of the lymphatic points. So we're going to start at the kidneys where we were thumping earlier, and we're going to be just kind of rubbing on these. Rubbing them out. They should be, sometimes if you've never done this before, they should be a little tender. So rubbing on them and feeling, what you want to do is rub all the way out underneath your collarbone. And I'm doing this a little quick for the purpose of the video, but you're going to be moving all the way out to the outer edges of each collarbone. And then you're going to move above the collarbone, make your way back until you're back at just above where the kidney points are. So going all the way back down, rubbing all the way. You can do this with a magnet. It will be much more beneficial, or you can do it with your fingers. And then also rubbing on your lung point, which is going to be located, it's going to feel like kind of like a tendon in your shoulder on both sides. And then find where your chest connects to your shoulder. There should be a little kind of like a tendon type thing feeling there, and you should be able to find that. And once you rub that out, it's probably going to be pretty tender. So rubbing that out on both sides. And then we're going to start to move our way down, just like on the thymus where we were tapping earlier, moving down the thymus, underneath the pecs. We're hitting the kidney points, the liver points now, all the way out. And then we're going to move all the way back to the spleen where we were before, rubbing there. We're rubbing both really good. That's usually pretty sore too. So rubbing all these out, getting rid of any of that pains there so we can clear these lymphatics out completely, and will allow us to have our energy flowing much better, allowing you to counteract illness, boost immune system, as well as many other benefits. And so to finish up, we are going to be feeling right up here, right in your chest, kind of feel from where your nipples are, and then move upwards about, let's say about 3 inches or so, and maybe inside a little bit. You should be able to find a little tender spot in your chest, rub that out for a good 30 seconds. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find all the lymphatics underneath our ribs. So go underneath your ribs and we're rubbing that out, moving outward, and then just above between the ribs and the belly button we're going to be rubbing outwards. Again, do this slower than I'm doing right now. Then moving out from your belly button, you're going to be rubbing outwards to your hips, and then feel down where the V-cuts would be, and go all the way down to, if you're a male, the prostate should be right there, it should be a nub. You can rub that out for a little bit. And then we finish off by hitting the large and small intestine meridian points, which are located here, or the lymphatic points, which are located on the sides of the thighs. So if you're wearing a pant, there should be a seam, and you're just going to be rubbing all the way down the seam to your knee, where the IT band is, and then you're doing the same thing on the inner thigh, where the seam would be, rubbing out nice and slow, though much slower than this, until you get down to your knee.